Hey everyone, it's Cindy here with Love to Scrap for Fun, and I wanted to take the time to do a video showing the pages of this gigantic junk journal that I currently have up on Etsy for sale. I wanted to do some flip through pages and explain this beautiful album that I did. Junk journal. There is a tie with some fabric, linen fabric, that I tied around this little Tim Holtz doorknob. And if you don't want it on there, you always have the option to untie it. It's not on there permanent. But on this doorknob, I do have a locket that I've had in my stash for years. And you open it up, and I put some images from the Graphic 45 Let It Snow collection that came out, I believe, this year. That's the theme of this album. I used the Graphic 45 papers, and the image that I put inside of the cover here, that is Mod Podged on there. This is 9 inches by 6 inches. It has a 3-inch spine. You could see I've put on a Tim Holtz metal design plate there, and some hinges that I had in my stash I put in there. But this cover is done out of thick cardboard that I put more cardboard pieces, cut strips of cardboard, and adhered them onto that cardboard. And then I Mod Podged, or actually I painted using, oh gosh, I used a matte medium, and I painted over napkins on top of the wood to give it some texture. And then I painted it, I believe, white paint, and then I added modeling paste to the whole thing and gave it a texture like wood. And then I painted some brown in there, and some light brown, and some bronze copper colors. And then the whole thing, I added Mod Podge, the matte Mod Podge, to it to make it very sturdy and durable. It's very thick, and I Mod Podged an image from the Graphic 45 and put some metal corners in there. And there are tiny little brads in here that I kind of just scraped off the top of them to look like nails on here. So it kind of gives that outdoorsy log cabin look. And this is heavy. This is over 2 pounds. I believe I put the weight on my Etsy description. I put how many pages it was and what the weight of it was. Inside, I covered it. This is fabric. This is a bit of string there. This is some fabric that I adhered on the inside, and there's some burlap ribbon and Graphic 45 paper. I did add some machine stitching around the perimeter, and with some, I white painted over it to make it look really cold and whatnot. And I added a pocket. I love the double-sided Graphic 45 papers. They're awesome. And I did paint a little bit of texture on there. I've got some Christmas notepad papers in here for notes, and a decorated guest check. And throughout this album, I did had some fun doing some really cool altered tags with a lot of corrugated cardboard and burlap, and some bling on there. And I did a lot of edging and stenciling on them. This is a pocket here, a window pocket from an old envelope. And here's one of the tags. And I added some postage stamps on there, 22-cent old postage stamps. Did some stamping and a book page on there. And I use these, I have these really cool, big, huge eyelets that look really cool on tags. And it has a side pocket. And I've got a couple of tags there. And I added lace to the side in another envelope pocket with a vintage Santa tag. And this is from a book that I have of parts of the United States. And I picked the ones with snow, and I tore around a poem and adhered it there about snow falling soundlessly in the middle of the night will always fill my heart with sweet clarity, by Nevaeh Takamoto. And then here's some clippings from that book of some gorgeous snow pages and coffee dyed papers with some stamping and stenciling. Lots of notebook paper for lots of journaling. This book has over 300 pages. And this is from a Norman Rockwell book I found in a thrift store. And it's Music to God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. And this does have 4 signatures. This is the first signature. Here's a vintage postcard. Did some machine stitching and there's 5 or 6 of these paper clips that I have charms, Christmas charms on them. Coffee dyed papers. Here's another poem by Robert Frost of a winter evening. And here's some more tags with machine stitching. Guest check. Some more notepad papers. This is a vintage envelope, and inside I've got this image, winter image, sewed onto some cardstock. And this is an index card that's altered, stamps and graphic 45 images and labels from my label maker. And here's some children's print paper, some vintage notebook paper and ledger paper, coffee dyed cardstock. And here's some pocket layers, torn pocket layers, done out of a music page, vintage postcard, tag, tags, some tickets, and here is another page from the Norman Rockwell book with one of his Norman Rockwell images and a story that says Christmas on a farm in New York. And here's an altered pocket, corner pocket with a tag. Coffee dyed paper for the tag. And here's another clip with the candy cane charm. And here's more coffee dyed papers and the larger papers and all these lots of notebook pages for lots of journaling and children's writing paper. Hey Chris, I'm doing a video right now. My daughter didn't know I was doing a video, so. And here is a pocket with some ephemera. And this is a little mini journal notebook from tea dyed paper from the cover and some lined pages. Here's the belly band, and I glued some bling on the belly band there. Look like kind of like snowflakes. And here's some extra index cards for notes. And altered tag that's been tea dyed and stamped on, machine stitched, layers of lace fabric, and there's a little Tim Holtz mini clip on the side. Make it a little charming. And here is a coffee stained doily in the middle here, and with a little snippet on top, and another paperclip charm with some mittens. This is a little envelope with an altered index card. Collaged envelope. Altered collaged envelope. You can see I've done lots of work. Lots of hours in this. I use the extra thick cardstock so that you can not only journal on it, but you can add photos and your own collaging or design or whatever you want to do. And there's all these pages. And here's some off-white parchment paper that I stamped in the corners with some Christmas stamps. I love getting my stamps out and being able to utilize them every year because I got tons of stamps. And here's a Norman Rockwell book page. Christmas Remembered. And there's Santa. It looks like he fell asleep and all his little elves are making the toys for him. I don't know what this dude's doing on his shoulder. Maybe he's cleaning his ears or something. I don't know. Here's the other side of the yellow part, the off-white yellow parchment paper. It's not really yellow, it's kind of off-white, cream colored, and included all these notebook pages. And these loose leaf notebook pages I found in a thrift store, and they were really ancient old. So they're naturally aged. Looks very vintagey. Some ledger paper. Another coffee dyed doily with a snippet. Another belly band with some bling glued on. And index card. And here's a pocket tag. And here is I stamped this little notation there, which was really turned out pretty. Did some lots of machine stitching with brown threads. There's Another pocket. And this, isn't that paper beautiful, that graphic 45? I love the birds. They're pretty. And I did some stenciling on top of this also. Make it more aged. And I added bling to these Admit One Christmas tickets. This is a little notebook booklet I made out of a card. And I added the corrugated cardboard and machine stitching and some cheesecloth on book page and bling. And inside of it, it is from an address book that I had. Another snippet on a coffee dyed doily. More lined pages and coffee dyed paper. And it sounds so cool and crisp. And this is from a Thomas Kincaid calendar I had. And I made a pocket out of it. Here's another paper clip with a snowflake charm. And inside of it, this is the other side. Some December pages in January, I think it is. And here is a envelope with an image of a bird machine stitched to a large index card. And I just slipped it in here. Added the paper clip. And here's a little pocket from a manila envelope. And here's a little Tim Holtz mini paper clip there. Here's tags. I have a bunch of really old stamps that I discovered in an old vintage shop in Boise, Idaho. I live in Nampa, Idaho, and I don't make it to Boise much these days because I don't commute to work to Boise like I did for 18 years anymore. So I hardly make it to Boise, and when I do, I check out the coolest vintage and thrift shops they got. You find lots of treasures. And here's a Norman Rockwell page with a poem by Robert Herrick called Ceremonies for Christmas. That must be one of Norman Rockwell's drawings. Looks like a Charles Dickens scene. And here's the little pocket here. I've got a tag. These giant metal eyelets are so pretty. This is a giant index card that I did a collage on the side. There's a vintage postcard, Christmas one. Here's another tag. I slip right down in there. I adhered lace. Here's the other side of that Thomas Kincaid calendar. Isn't it beautiful? Really pretty. And there's another envelope in here. Here's some bells charm. Here's another envelope. And in here I have some vintage ledger papers. A couple of these that I found in a wonderful thrift shop in Nampa, Idaho. It hasn't snowed here yet this year. I still have leaves in my trees. It's ready to drop its last of the leaves all over my lawn. It's a lot of work cleaning up all those leaves every weekend. Keeps me in shape though. It's a doily with a snippet with some music page and burlap paper and a sticker from the Graphic 45 with some red bling. And here we're to the last page here. Here's a pocket with a bunch of goodies. Here's another admit one. Another vintage Christmas postcard. Here's a cool vintage tag. And here's a gorgeous snow scene with a pretty little bird. And here is a giant index card with some collaging. And that's it. This is the back. And here's the tie. You can wrap it around like so and just kind of go like that. It's all good. Thank you so much for watching. And I know it's not even Thanksgiving Day yet, but everybody seems to be decorating their houses already for Christmas, and people are ordering Christmas things online so that they can get shipped on time. And I do offer free shipping on all of my Etsy items, and this week I am having a cyber sale, and if you buy at least 2 items you do get 20% off. So that's free shipping and 20% off. Thanks everybody. We'll see you later. Bye.